I do want to say this 12 milligram question for this guy that's doing a project goes, does the guy replies and goes, does the phrase drop your dick in the dirt mean anything to you? Yeah.
No, it doesn't. I've never heard it.
Never heard it.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. Why are you using pouches if you haven't used nicotine before? Like, to each their own, but in general, picking up nicotine for shits and giggles isn't the best idea. This is the main thing that I ended up finding is these pouches are fucking hardcore. Like, really, really, really fuck you up and make you throw up and pass out. And
yeah.
It's
what like the Zyn is we're talking about the Zyn stuff. And is it meant to do that? Is that like part of it that it's meant to turn you off of it, or is that just okay?
It's meant to get more nicotine in you.
Well, so it's a like I looked this up while you were reading the question because I was like, oh, how many milligrams are you supposed to? I think if you smoke a pack a day, the equivalent in Zyn pouch is a 9 milligram pouch.
Yeah,
and so if you're doing 12, that's like a pack and a half of cigarettes a day, and this guy's going from nothing to that. I mean, come on.
Well, going from nothing so that you can learn what it's like to quit is I've never even considered somebody doing something like that.
At least smoke them then if you're going to quit. Get that nice feeling of smoking a cigarette.
That's wonderful. Lopsided Bat 904 says, I wouldn't even dare to do 6 milligrams as my first time. 6 milligrams, even with a tolerance, buzzes my dick off.
My dick off. These guys have a cool vernacular. The way they talk is these are cool guys.
Shit buzzes my fucking dick off, bro. The thing is, I don't like Zyn.
You've tried it. You've tried it before.
Tried it multiple times. For a while in San Francisco, there was this thing. I mean, Zyn is the same thing as like snus or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just got a better name. And for a while, Camel introduced snus. Like they had purchased some like snus company or something, but they were bringing it to America. And I would hang around at this bar called the Hemlock in San Francisco. And I would just, and there was a smoking section there. There's like a room that you could smoke in. And they would always have these girls that would come by that would just be giving out free fucking snus. And so I ended up having like 30 packs of snus because they came to the bar basically every night. And they didn't remember me, even though I would leer at them and take loud pictures with my flip phone with them and try to pose with them, try to smoke on a piece of their hair like it was a cigarette. But I would do it, and I was a heavy smoker, and it would make me sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would hurt, it would tingle my lip too much, and then it would make me sick.
Okay, so just to be clear, because I think there's a little bit maybe American, Canadian, or maybe just in what we called stuff. So snus, what is snus that you're referring to?
It's the pouch tobacco.
With nicotine salts in it, from what I can tell. This guy says,
because snus to us is a Swedish thing. It's a thing that it's a tobacco that you snort.
No, that's snuff.
Snuff. Yeah, okay. We would call it snus as well. That's why. That's the confusing thing.
I have my friend just told me a snuff story.
Yeah, I've done snuff. We used to snort it too. We used to do that.
Great. I've never seen it for sale.
Yeah, no, we had it for sale in Canada for sure when I was younger, definitely. And then we'd have friends who would like bring it back or order it in from places. But we definitely took it. It was pretty fucking wild snorting this stuff. Like I had never done cocaine or anything like that. I'm just snorting it burned. It burned like you wouldn't imagine.
I started. Waterboy says, I started dipping and smoking about 10 years ago. I bought the 12 milligram Juiceheads thinking I'd be fine. When I tell you I was Nick sick within 5 minutes, I'm not even joking. I pawned that shit on my buddy and he got sick as shit too. So
people are just getting sick from this. And again, this is not what it's meant to do. Is it meant to have you quit?
I don't know. I think it's kind of like dip, but no spit. And so like, it's just something that you kind of have in there's people say it gives you energy or whatever. I don't trust anyone who smokes for any reason, but to not feel crazy because they don't have a cigarette. Yeah, but this is people like who, I think for some people, it's almost like a dark nootropic or something. Like it's like on their dark stack of like, it's like a Monster and a Zyn or whatever, but like it's just what it's doing is like it's just putting nicotine salts into your bloodstream through your lip, but it always burns my lip hella bad. I think it gave me a canker sore once.
Yeah, and they say this guy Frequent Drama says, LOL, I double dip sometimes, little upper and lower decky.
Oh, Upper Decker.
Two
We used to go with the upper lippers every now and then, but that was, of course, when you're dipping and your lower lip got too sore from tobacco, and you literally couldn't do it anymore. But we were so addicted that we'd put it up top.
Here's no foil. Which Brace, you're gonna love this guy. I think you're gonna like this guy. Please use your head. Have you ever heard of a fatal overdose from a nicotine pouch or cigarette? No, you haven't, because it's not possible unless you drink a bottle of nicotine extract.
Well, so I remember when I was young looking on Arrowwood, and there was people talking about how they were shooting nicotine, like they were injecting nicotine and like the feelings that it gave them. And they would always like, it's funny because I ended up snorting what's that fucking Wellbutrin because of what I read on Arrowwood, because I read it gave you a cocaine like high. Let me tell you, it does not give you a cocaine like high. And I snorted a lot of it when I was in a halfway house.
We did an episode on Arrowwood, guys. So
yeah, they are fucking liars, dude. They're people who are just like, they feel something and they feel different than usual, and then they try to like put that into a category that other people might find palatable often. And one of those categories is cocaine, and that is not what. And so that's like also what one of the nicotine guys. I remember vividly being like, "Yeah, it was like, yeah, it's really speedy and like, you know, like you feel like an amphetamine." I'm like, "No, you don't. If you inject nicotine, you're not feeling a consistent amphetamine like high. You might feel like a weird rush or something, but like your body is probably so fucked beyond that point that I cannot trust you to have a normal sensation or reaction to things."
I'll snorting nutmeg though.
I did. I don't understand how that works, because I don't think I've ever actually seen nutmeg in its pure form. But I remember people would get drunk off of that.
Yeah, they would get fucked. We read some stories of people getting fucked.
It seems very unpleasant.
Yeah, it seems like just a bad time.
I have seen firsthand somebody drink 2 bottles of fucking mouthwash and have alcohol poisoning.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah,
my brother did that with Robitussin, but didn't.
Well, that's different. That's DXM.
That's different.
Orthopene. Yeah. That's a drug. That fucks you up and also makes you shit a lot as well. It's